In this regard, we find many explicit verses in the Noble Quran. For instance, we read in Surah Al-Baqarah, and in particular in verse number 256, the saying of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala,
لا إكراه في الدين قد تبين الرشد من الغي.
In the name of Allah, the most merciful, the most compassionate, there shall be no compulsion in the religion.
Here, my dear viewers, the verse is very clear, and this is a right that's ensured and guaranteed by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and that's no compulsion shall be exercised against any human being when it comes to belief. So each and every human being has the freedom to subscribe to whatever belief that they believe in. Ultimately, it is only Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala who is the judge. So it is not for an individual to judge others. Yes, we have the duty as Muslims to clarify, to convey the message, but it does not mean that we have the role to judge others or to point fingers, because we know that it is ultimately up to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, especially when it comes to specific individuals. It is not up to any individual, irrespective of their scholarly status or how committed they are to the acts of worship in Islam, to judge others or to say this person is going to paradise and that person is not or is going to hell, for instance. Definitely this is not within the capacity of any human being, as it is only Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala who is the judge, and this is out of the mercy of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, because we can never as human beings know what is within the heart and the conscience of other human beings.
لا إكراه في الدين قد تبين الرشد من الغي.
In the name of Allah, the most merciful, the most compassionate, there shall be no compulsion in the religion.
There is no compulsion in religion, because in essence, when it comes to faith and when it comes to belief, this is primarily an act of the heart. Thus, it is not of any sense to think that by imposing or by exercising a form of pressure or coercion, you would end up having faithful believers. So the Quran is very clear in this regard, and as it clearly states that only Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is the judge. Yes, as I said and I repeat, it is our responsibility to convey the message, but still this has to be within the ethical parameters of the Noble Quran, as Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says, and the meaning of the verse is, yes, call to the path or to the way of Allah, your Lord, but with wisdom and fair preaching. And this has always been the stance and the example of the Prophet Muhammad, peace and blessings be upon him.